It is day 6. We left the Andersons after staying there for a day and a half to hide out from the rain. It's been an absolutely gorgeous day so far. We are hopefully making it another few miles. I've got my headlamp on because it looks like we'll be night hiking to a water cache and hopefully camping near there. It is day 7. We are a week in. Today I'm feeling really great. It's absolutely incredible day. We came from the other side of this ridge down at the bottom. We had a big climb this morning. And let's see. There's Cowboy right over there, that little orange dot. He'll probably catch me pretty soon. But we are heading down into town, into Agua Dulce, where we'll grab some lunch, take care of a few things, maybe send some stuff home, and then hike out to Vasquez Rocks, which are some pretty cool rock formations formed by the San Andreas Fault out there. So we'll be hiking down there, camping out there, and then Cowboy leaves tomorrow, and I'm back on my own, which will be pretty exciting. We have some really nice weather coming up. I think it's going to be really great hiking. It is the morning of day 8. We're on this spectacular section of trail. It's been really nice, really well maintained. It's warm, it's gorgeous out. We left Agua Dulce yesterday evening, hiked out a little bit, and got to camp in Vasquez Rocks, which is a county park that a bunch of movies and TV shows were filmed at. It's really a pretty place, formed by the San Andreas Fault. So all the rocks are really just magnificent, totally incredible. We left there, we're in this section. We're gonna hit a road in about an hour, and that's where Cowboy will hitch out back to his car, and I will keep heading south. I should be in the town of Wrightwood in just about 3 days to finally do my first resupply. I brought so much food from the beginning that I haven't had to buy anything yet. But by then I should be out of food. Should be a good time going to town and resupply. We've made it to a pretty cool spot on the PCT right here. This little monument is where the trail was completed back in 1993, I think on June 5th. Yeah, June 5th, 1993 is when it became an official route, and this was the last little bit that they had to complete. So pretty cool stuff. We're going into the KOA that's right here, and then I'll keep on moving. It is the afternoon of day 8, and I've been climbing up for most of the day. If you can't really see, but there's a canyon down there with a road that we got to, and that's where Cowboy hitched out. So I've been moving on. This section was burned back in 2009, and something that comes up after a burn area is this stuff right here. It's called poodle dog bush, and it gives you a rash similar to poison oak, poison ivy. Some say it's supposed to be worse. Luckily, I didn't get it the first time I came through here. It's much more overgrown this time around, which I did not think was possible. So trying to be careful about that. My hand swelled up a little bit earlier, and I was worried that I had already started to get the rash, but it looks like I just gotten bit by something and it's back to normal. Oh, yeah, see, there's some. It kind of drifts over onto the trail. This little guy is often hidden under other bushes, so you don't even know that it touched you. So, wish me luck that I don't wake up tomorrow with a rash all over my body. It is the end of day 8. I just got up to this. There's a ranger station here, and the best thing I've ever seen in my whole life, these 2 big jugs of water. I didn't carry enough hoping that there would be some up here. And then kind of in the last few miles, I freaked out and thought, well, nobody's up here. Why would they leave them out? But they are still up here, thank goodness. I would have to go another 18 miles without water. So it's, yeah, just the best thing I could possibly see. I'm gonna chug a bunch of water and go to bed. It is bright and early on the morning of day 9. And luckily at this ranger station, they have a bathroom for you. So I came in this morning and oh, look how nice they've got toilet paper until, oh God, it went away. If you move the toilet paper, oh God, now I don't know where it is. There was a huge black widow just sitting right here. Oh God. I'm hoping there's no more. It's not something that you want to see when you're and it's super early in the morning and you haven't woken up yet. So I'm gonna pack up my stuff. Hopefully it's not on me anywhere and get hiking. It is day 9 and I have found my first snow. It's this little guy right here. Still walking through the desert. I've walked now all the way from pretty much the lowest point out there up to here. I think we're about at 6,000 feet, I want to say. Oh, more snow. The rainstorm that came in a few days ago created snow above 4,000 feet. So I probably will see a little bit more snow. This is also the side of the mountain that the sun doesn't really get to. It hasn't gotten there yet. So it'll probably melt off by today. But it was cool to see it for the first time. I'm sure it won't be the last. So this is a pretty good example of we're being in a burn area and then it just rained. So all these trees are coming down, the soil's damper, less solid. Something tells me this one came down a little bit before then because it looks like there's this iffy trail around it. But yeah, I should be dealing with this kind of all day. I've already had to crawl under one and it almost ripped my backpack. So I'm gonna be more careful next time. That one was actually pretty easy. It looked much worse walking up to it. So let's see if there's any bad ones for the rest of the... So I was wrong about poodle dog bush yesterday. None of that was poodle dog bush, but I dodged every one of those plants. This is poodle dog bush right here, these guys. Usually these flowers up here, bright purple, and they usually reek of something that can only be described as in between like a skunk and like someone just lit up a blunt right next to you. So that's the stuff you don't want to touch. Coming up here, it does get really overgrown. It's a section that in 2014, when me and Pinch hiked it, we didn't know that they had been telling people to take an alternate on the road to avoid the poodle dog bush. So we suited up in all of our rain gear and powered through it. Once we got to the end, we baby wiped all of our rain gear to get off any oil that might be there. Whatever had happened, it worked. Unfortunately, I don't have enough baby wipes or rain pants anymore. So I'm thinking I'll be taking the alternate. I did hear the poodle dog bush has been somewhat cleared since 2014. What I'm more worried about, I guess, is the blowdowns that I've been hitting. I've hit about 10 already, and it really slows you down to have to figure out how to get across a big old tree that's come down. So, but I've got a few more miles till then. We'll see what happens when I get there. So this is a spot I will absolutely never forget because back when I hiked in 2014, Pinch and I slept out here. It was the most slanted campsite I've ever had. We couldn't find anything in this whole section that wasn't totally slanted or covered in poodle dog bush. And so we ended up sleeping there after, I think, 20 miles. Our friends Kara and Todd pushed on, and I just passed their campsite about 3 miles ago. And probably one of my worst nights on the PCT. We woke up in a cloud and we couldn't set up our tents because it was so slanted. So we were just soaked to the bone. Our sleeping bags were drenched, everything pretty much. But it's definitely a memorable spot. So yeah, back on there. It looks flatter than it is. It is not flat. It is the end of day 9. I have probably 2 or 3 more miles to go to get to a camp spot. I'm on this sloped ridge, so there really isn't anywhere to set up camp. Unfortunately, also, I'm on the wrong side of the mountain from the sun, so with wind chill, it's freezing. It's really cold. You can see that's snow all over there, so it's really cold on this side of the mountain. I'm hoping that it kind of drifts away around to the sun over there, which kind of looks like that could be the trail right there. So let's hope. If not, I have a zero-degree sleeping bag, so I will be warm tonight no matter where I'm at. It is the morning of day 10. Super peaceful. How the wind hasn't started. Here's my little tent. And it's just an absolutely fantastic sunrise. It starts over there. And the sun's probably going to come up just over here behind these hills in, gosh, probably no time at all. It's just perfect morning. It's the middle of the day of day 10, and I just made it to Camp Glenwood. Last time I was here, in 2014, I got to camp with Karen, Todd, and Pinch, my first real tramily out here on the PCT. We had a lot of fun that night. Another couple came in that night too. I'm trying to think of their trail names, but that means the rest of today should be really nice. There are tons of people out because it is, I'm going to sound like a broken record, but another gorgeous day. And we're kind of weaving in and out across Highway 2 for most of the day. So lots of people from Southern California are coming up to the mountains because of the recent snow, which hopefully means I can get a hitchhike into Wrightwood tomorrow afternoon. We will see how that goes. It is the afternoon of day 10, and this is actually a section of the PCT that I have never hiked. It was closed on in 2014 for an endangered species, the yellow mountain spotted tree frog, something like that. But they made you do a big road walk around it, which was not extremely enjoyable when it's 110 and you're on the hot pavement and there's cars zooming by you. So I was pretty excited when I got here, and there was no sign posted about it being closed. So we'll see. It does look like nobody's been out here in a while, which makes me a little concerned that it is still closed. Lots of blowdowns. The trail's not very wide. A few washouts. So we'll see. It wasn't posted, so I'm hoping for the best. It is the ending of day 10, and I just finished the endangered species section, which unfortunately was closed. It just wasn't marked when you're going south, so that's unfortunate. Luckily, all I did was walk right through and didn't touch anything except for the blowdowns. I got to a parking lot back up here, and a guy was saying that he had hiked up and got turned around by a blowdown that was impassable. I was going to hike it anyways. It couldn't have been worse than what I just went through, but he kind of waited there for me to leave, so I figured, why not? I'll jump out on the road, even though I was trying to avoid it, but it's not so bad. Pretty spectacular views as well, so that's fine. And maybe it truly was an impassable tree and then I'd be lucky that I didn't have to turn around, come back, and do the road walk anyways. So, not too bad. It is the end of day 10, and it's safe to say that I should never listen to strangers. It was the most horrible road walk, maybe ever. Really reminded me of New Zealand. Just right on the side of the highway, no shoulder. People zooming by on a Sunday of a 3-day weekend when there's ski slopes just right up the street. So it was horrible, but it's over. I'm back on the PCT and camping. Set up my tent already. And then tomorrow I will be heading up that guy and up Mount Baden-Powell. So that'll be the highest I've been so far. Probably going to see a lot of snow, but it shouldn't be an issue. It is the morning of day 11, and I'm really enjoying right now because it's peaceful and quiet. There's not even any cars down on Highway 2. I'm guessing when I get up here, there's a big Boy Scout camp that probably has tons of people in it, and tons of people are going to be on Mount Baden-Powell, so it's nice right now just to have it be really quiet and calm before I get into the zoo. It's another gorgeous morning. The sun's just about to come up. I'm gonna see more and more snow as I hike up. Probably should have put on my waterproof socks, but it should be okay. It's a little bit later on day 11, and now I'm pretty much consistently hiking on snow, which is not so great. Everyone that's come before me has made this nice little ice luge, so it makes it really hard to go uphill. I've got about 5 more miles of this to get to the top of Mount Baden-Powell. It's taking me a really long time, which is really frustrating when it's a town day. You want to get in early to get all your stuff done. So there's nothing I can do about it but to keep walking. I made it to the top. We would have come from kind of behind this notch and walked along the side of these. Unfortunately, I was on the other side, which is the dark side, which is where all the snow is. So I think I've gone maybe 8 miles today in a time that I should have gone like 13 and a half. And this is the actual trail that I came up. These are my footprints. I came straight up the ridge. Unfortunately, I lost the trail further back there, but I was following some footprints. Figured since they were coming towards me that eventually they'd lead to here. And they did. I've actually never been on the summit of Mount Baden-Powell before because the PCT is down there. And I was too lazy to come up the first time. Serves me right that I'd mistake it for the real trail in Summit the second time. I'm gonna go down now because it's really hard to breathe up here. I'm getting a little bit of a headache, and it just took me like 10 minutes to do a button on my shirt, so I'm thinking it's time to go down. Man, if I thought that going up was taking a long time and really frustrating, it was a cakewalk compared to coming down. It was so steep and totally icy. Probably 5 feet after I walked off of the summit, I slipped, fell right on my ass, and then slid for about 20 feet. I'm pretty sure that part of my ass cheek's back there. But I haven't looked at it, I just know it hurts. After that, I was post-holing through ice, so my legs were all bloody, but it looks like the blood has frozen and is no longer there. It was just not super fun. At this point, the snow's getting a little bit slushier, Still have to be careful of the ice. And I'm hoping that soon I'll be out of the snow for the day. I still have about 4 miles once I get down to the bottom of Mount Baden-Powell to do, and then I'll have to hitchhike into town, so who knows when I'll get there. Looks like I'll probably stay the night there and try to heal my wounds a bit, but who knows, maybe I'll head back out to trail. We'll see when I'm out of the snow.